Hey there, do you ever wish that you could watch like real life English videos on topics that you're interested in, but I don't know, it's just not that easy for you yet? Well, let's watch a video together. And today the topic is how to motivate yourself with rewards. It's a good topic. Hi, I'm your English coach, Christina, and welcome to Business English with Christina, where you become better at English and better at business. Today, we're going to watch a great TED Talk together about how to motivate yourself to change your behavior. You know, I don't know, maybe there's something right now that you would like to change about your behavior. Like maybe you want to get out of bed earlier in the morning and go do some exercise, or learning English, or, maybe like me, trying to eat less sugar. But it's not always easy to change those habits, and so we've got to find ways to do that. And this video starts with what not to do if you want to motivate yourself. And I really laughed about that part where Sharot is talking about what to tell yourself when you open the fridge for a little snack.
Let's say you're trying to stop yourself from snacking. What do you tell yourself? Well, most people's inner monologue will say, beware, you'll be fat.
Or, maybe you make threats to maybe scare yourself or to scare the people around you. Have you ever heard or maybe even said anything like this?
And if this was your kid, you would probably tell him that smoking kills, and by the way, he's in big, big trouble.
Okay, so now you know what not to do to motivate yourself. Because it turns out that we're actually very resistant to warnings. We don't like hearing bad things. We don't listen to bad news about things that might happen to us in the future. Honestly, too much bad news, it leads to inaction, not doing anything. Just think about, the past few years with the coronavirus and COVID. It's so much bad news that you just feel like you can't do anything. Here's some good news and something that you can do. Go and get the worksheet for this video, because for each video, I create a worksheet for you to help you learn new vocabulary and remember what you're learning in these videos and really take action. So you can go over to ChristinaRebuffet.com and go get that worksheet. All right, now back to the video. Now, according to Sharot, we actually have the ability to learn more from positive news. Sounds kind of obvious, right? But it means that positive information can actually motivate us to change how we feel and what we do. In fact, maybe that's really all we listen to.
But what you can see here is that it doesn't matter what age you are. You can be 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60. Everyone takes in information they want to hear more than information that they don't. And so we end up with a view like this of ourselves.
And, I have to admit, I find it more motivating to focus on the positive things. You've probably noticed in the videos, we're very positive about learning English. I'm quite optimistic, I think, in my everyday life. But at the same time, we don't want to only focus on the good things. We need a balance. And Sharot talks about 3 principles that really work to help us stay motivated. The first one is social incentive. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it's, when you know that other people are watching you and watching what you're doing, like my cat back here, I don't know, is not watching what I'm doing. Anyway, so people are watching to see if you're going to reach your goals, or maybe you're comparing yourself with others who are doing the same thing as you. Now, the second principle, I don't think you'll be very surprised at this one, but it's immediate rewards. I mean, you and I both know that if you want to reach some big goal like learning English, running a marathon, eating so much sugar. That is quite a long, hard process. But, the future is uncertain. So even like smart, intelligent people who are good at managing themselves and their time, we also need those immediate rewards. It's easier to change your behavior if you can get some sort of like immediate present happiness rather than like happiness 2 years later.
But what will happen if you reward people now for doing actions that are good for them in the future? So studies show that giving people immediate rewards makes them more likely to quit smoking, more likely to start exercising, and this effect lasts for at least 6 months.
So what's the final principle in staying motivated to make those big changes in your life? Progress monitoring. Basically, that means keeping track of your progress, noticing the progress, noticing the improvements that you're making, or just the steps that you're doing to move you closer to that goal. Like, for example, maybe you have like a checklist of the things that you want to do. And every time you do it, you check that off. And that is such a satisfying feeling of just checking something off your list. Or, maybe in your calendar, whenever you do something in English, anything, you just put it in your calendar or write it in a notebook and put a little smiley face next to it. That way you see over time, you can go back and look and see how much you did or how much progress you made. And again, all of that helps you to have that sense of control over your life, not like everything's too busy and you never have time to do English and you really want to improve, but it's just so hard. No, we're going to eliminate all of that so that you stay motivated even if you're just doing little things, but consistently over time. Now, if you don't use it, you lose it. So here's an opportunity to practice what you learned today. In the comments down below, tell me about one goal or habit that you're working on right now. And also, let's get your motivation up. What is one immediate reward that you can give yourself for taking a little action on that? And if this lesson was helpful for you, there are 3 things that I would love for you to do. First, just give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It helps me to help more people improve their business English. You can, like I said, go over to my website, get the worksheet that goes to this video, and then come back and you can do a little bit of revision and work on that worksheet with me and this lesson. And then the final thing that you might want to do is continue watching this video, which is all about building up your English habits. And I don't know, maybe we'll start off on some grand adventure improving your English together. Anyway, thanks a lot for improving with Business English with Christina, and I'll see you next time.